signs you could have stayed. It's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy?
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through colored glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Today is April 9th, 2022. It is 3:33 a.m. I haven't been recording since the 5th, I believe. I've been editing those videos that I did on that day. I've been editing them. But what I've been doing every day, even though I didn't record anything, is that I was bookmarking a lot of things to share with you. So today I'm probably going to be just recording because I have a lot of tweets to share with you. And then whenever I have time, I'll just edit them the same way I did on the 5th, I believe. Okay, so I have new subscribers. Welcome. 1,778 subscribers. Any new subscribers? I have another channel, is PYTE Sussex. Occasionally I put tweets mostly about, I'll say, political stuff. Sometimes they involve the Sussexes or the royals, like for instance the Andrew case, the Virginia Godfrey case, and other things, topics that I want to share with you. I would throw them over there instead of over here. It was supposed to be a backup channel for this one because YouTube was giving me a lot of issues. I felt like my channel was going to be shut down, so I created the other one for backup, but I'm still here. So I decided to use the other channel for political stuff or things that most squatters don't really want to listen to because they're not really interested. So that's what I use that channel for. It was supposed to be, like I said, a backup where I do research videos or stuff like that, but I don't have time to do research videos anymore. So I just do things that some squads don't really want to hear, and but that are relevant, and I throw them over there. Yesterday, the 8th, I believe, I had a video out quite some time because YouTube took a while to approve it. All right, so that's my back end. This is just for record purposes. It means nothing to you guys, but it's just for me. Alright, so let's go on Twitter and see what's going on. Alright, so this is video 1. This is that I bookmarked, but I'm not gonna go over it yet. Alright, so let's start with some of the things that I bookmarked. Alright, so this one, while I was in bed and I came across, and I decided to bookmark it, and I'll ease myself into some old tweets. The old tweets are coming later on, probably in video 2, 3, or 4, depending how I feel of recording today. Alright, William sending his most senior aide, Jason Knauf, to help Daily Mail defeat Meghan was more revealing about what she went through in the royal family than anything that was said in the Oprah interview. So this is my response to that. 12 people like it. I said it was a huge eye-opener and confirmation on a lot of other things. I said thank you. Some of you who've been following me, there's a lot of reference that I make William involvement with that lawsuit. So this is what I said, and this is what I meant by this. Okay, these are other comments. Okay, try and defeat because they didn't defeat her. I mean, this is what I mean by Harry to be careful not to go in the UK, because they never forget. William in particular, and yesterday's video, the one that I was editing, I made a reference to that as well, because William will not forget the fact that there's something about him. He feel deeply, he take it too personal, where he, instead of moving on, he's still at it, and he is still being humiliated by his own wrongdoing. So he will never forget, whatever it may be. Okay, the fact that Harry is happy, I think that might be the thing. The fact that Harry is happy and he can control Harry. You could see since he was a child how he treated Harry, and they made him be this way, to treat Harry the way that we've seen in videos, especially when he was young. There's a little puppy Harry was trying to pick up. As soon as Harry decided have a good grip of that puppy, he made Harry put it down. Only Princess Diana pulled him away to tell him to stop. And there's many other small little video clips that I came across of him interfering in Harry's life, or things that has nothing to do with him. So this part where Harry is happy, and look how far they went, trying to destroy his relationship with Meghan. Okay, the lawsuit and everything, trying to defeat it. It's a whole bunch. Okay, so the fact that Harry is happy, he doesn't like it, and he's not satisfied. And in yesterday's video, I also said the reason why they want Harry physically in the UK and they don't want to give him that security is if something happened, whatever it is that they have set up for him, where Meghan is not gonna go over there, all right, and then whatever the royal family says, that's what goes, with police officers and all of this. The fact that they have control over there, so they could control Harry's body. Okay, if Meghan decided to say, I want to go see my husband and stuff like that, and if the royal family says no, they will not give her access to it, what power does Meghan have over there? Nothing. Okay, however, if Harry goes to another country, God forbid something happened to him or whatever, the first person they're gonna call, okay, is his wife. So this is the thing that I see here. Okay, let's see here. But we knew the melanite amongst us could read the subtext clear as day. It says get out. Yep. Look what they did. Whoever did that. Oh, for a minute I thought that was Joanne Zuzu, but it's not. It's somebody else. Okay, we don't talk enough about this. Okay, I talk a lot about it. Okay, if anybody was in doubt about the senior royal who Robert Casey said had it in for Meghan and those palace walls, then that move told the world who it was. Okay, and her winning sent a message to William and his team of clowns that they can try, but they're losers. They're no match to Meghan Markle. She's in a league of her own. Okay, yes, one flew over the cuckoo's nest league. Oh my god. And the British media and the royal rats were also quiet. Okay, plus this will be why Meghan has no intention to ever go back to the UK on a semi-permanent basis. She might go for a very brief visit, but after a couple of days, she's on a jet out of there. Yeah, Meghan I don't think Meghan ever want to go back over there. Okay, there's two comments under this. What did they say here? Or maybe because she was proven to have been a blatant lie. Ah, please. You know what? Let's move on. These are haters who's coming. No time for this. I'm not gonna waste my time editing this. All right, next tweet. Okay, I sometimes genuinely wonder if reporters like Myers and Eden look at their timeline or the highly editorialized stories they report and feel any shame or sense of guilt. Is the hatred for Meghan and Harry that strong that it overrides any sense of decency? I don't know. These people have I don't know. It's that tunnel vision that they have. Okay, I never really hate anybody to feel that strong of these people, but they have that tunnel vision. The hate that they have within them, it's very deep. The fact that Harry loves her and that love that exists over there, I don't know. Maybe they thought Harry would love them, because you find all sort of people over there. There's pedophilia, old men sleeping with young people, whatever. Maybe they thought they had a chance with Harry. I don't know. This is my response here. Okay, evil originated, lives, breeds, generates, morphs, ignites in the UK. Every single places around the world English set foot in, the place never be the same. It turns for the worse. Worst of it all, they keep moving as if they did nothing wrong, and they shift their wrongs onto others. Okay, shame on them. Alright, so 6 people like it. There's 1 retweet. Okay, they have no sense of decency. I always wonder if they live among civilized people, like how are they not shunned? I mean, everybody sees that but them. Okay, they don't feel guilty because people still give them clicks equal money. It's only consumers who have the power to stop them by making them irrelevant and not clicking or expecting them to better themselves. No engagement hurt them the most. Yeah, these people, and I like to add to this, I agree with this person. The thing is that the people, the class system that is in control in the UK, no one ever checked them. Okay, what I mean by checked is that when they do something wrong, there's no punishment. Okay, people just turn a blind eye. Police officers who should be doing the right thing just turn a blind eye, or they get paid under the table to move on. So they never been checked. For them, I don't know. They never been punished. I was thinking, they're drinking their own Kool-Aid. The nonsense they spread around the world, making themselves like they're better than anybody. So they really feel like they have the right to do the things that they do, and everybody else is supposed to suffer. The same thing that I've been saying about William. All right. So they feel like they have the right to do the things that they do, and no one ever checked them. So they don't know any better. Right? They are broke with no moral compass. They continue to display just how much they want to punish Harry for marrying an accomplished biracial woman. That too, but it's much deeper than that. The fact that Harry is happy. Happy is part of it. Look at how they were trying to break his marriage. They wanted him to do those immoral things, to have side chicks and all of that. Okay, yes and yes. In fact, they look at their Twitter analytics. That's why they persist in this vein, because it garnered them the most engagement and money. As long as it's profitable, they'll continue. I hope someone is archiving their tweets, because they delete them if something happened. It's also about the money they get from engagement, the clicks they generate from all the full outrage. That's why I've blacked them. What is it? Yesterday, Bazzi had a Twitter space going on. He was explaining his, giving people his perspective and in terms of Bat Sentinel, how to avoid those bats and all of that. There were, I think, about a couple thousand people in that space, and you already know some of the haters were there. All right, let's see here. It takes a special kind of person to work in a gossip tabloid, creating drama out of people's personal lives for clicks. Day in, day out, added the racism, xenophobia, and they don't see Meghan as worthy of any empathy. Okay, no shame. I agree with this person. Okay, no shame. They seem oblivious to credibility, truthfulness, and logic. Eden has a daughter, so does Pierce. Wow. They can put things in perspective, to put themselves in somebody else's shoes. And this is how this thing will continue, because they only think of the now. These people definitely have to be evil because they don't think of the future. The nonsense that they're spewing now is gonna morph and continue moving on to next generation. That just remind me of a comment that I had on my other channel yesterday about some stuff that I said regarding the Peace Corps. That I'm not saying to go out of your way to go teach people what the N-word means. This is not my intention at all. If you don't want to be in the Peace Corps, don't go. All right. But if you're already in that space, okay, you doing the thing. You see someone is saying the N-word, you know, the Ukrainian or saying the N-word, you already in that space. You there. You hear the negativity. Okay. The best thing for you to do at that time is to say no. The N-word means whatever you see it means to you and how it affects the African American. Okay, I'm not saying to go out of your way to go teach Ukrainian what the N-word is. No, because there are people, you know, we all have different interests. Maybe I should go to that thing. We all have different interests. We all have different things we want to do. So when somebody is in a space already, they're doing something that is wrong, take the time to tell your truth. All right. So this is my back end on my other channel. This is the video that I'm talking about. And only some of you don't subscribe over there. Oh, did they remove the tweet? Let's see. This is me, I believe. There's me here. This is the response. Okay. Okay, this is someone who disagrees with me. Okay, sorry, I'm not with you on explaining to them the meaning of what they are saying to a black person. Leave them alone. Okay, the person have the right to do that. Not everybody can wants to engage with anybody. Everybody have the right, but my explanation is not for me to tell you to go out of your way to go do that. But if you're already in the space, you put the person, do the teachable thing at the moment. Okay, so let me continue with the thing, with her response. There are other people all over the world needing help. You don't have to know the specifics as long as you know derogatory. All right, so that's me here. All right, let's put it bigger. Okay, I understand your point. Yes, it's not our job to go and explain to them, especially when there are many black and brown countries, even right here in the US, are having their own obstacles. Remember, we all are not the same. We all have different interests. I'm not interested in going to war zone to help. I'm giving my perspective. I don't plan on going over there. Okay, and at the same time, just because I'm sitting at my comfort home, I'm not telling you to leave your space to go do that. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's just my perspective. Okay, however, those who do, how long will it take to explain to someone who is not aware of the meaning of the N-word? Not much. This is not to say one must spend time to convince the unfamiliar individual to understand your point of view. If one is in the space already, why not use the opportunity to explain the N-word meaning? White supremacists don't change the mind in one instance. Christianity did not spread around the world in one instance. Every single chance that these groups have, they use it to spread, change, and convince the mind of how they're supposed to view us, black people. In my humble opinion, the way that I see it, if you are already in the space with people who don't know, why not use the opportunity to tell your story? Other than that, racists will do it for you. Their tactics have worked very well for them. I actually blame Peace Corps partially in this. The same way I feel individuals should do some parts in helping change or teach the uneducated Ukrainian about the N-word, they should do their part too. I'm talking about Peace Corps. They know both sides of this. Okay? Peace Corps know the meaning of the N-word and what it means to African Americans. They also know most Ukrainians don't know the foundation of its meaning. So why Peace Corps are not stopping Ukrainian from saying it? It's like Peace Corps is allowing Ukrainian to continue the name calling and expecting African American supposed to accept it. as if it's a privilege for an African American to go help Ukrainian. That's my take. I hope you guys understand my point here. Okay, Peace Corps know exactly how African American view the N-word, yet they already easing African Americans. Oh, be ready, they're gonna call you N-word, like the African American supposed to take it. Okay, so if they know this is what Ukrainian are saying, why don't Ukrainian Peace Corps tell Ukrainian, no, don't say it? This is what I'm saying here. Okay, the same way I'm saying when you're in a space where you could teach somebody something, the same way Peace Corps should do the same to stop it. Okay, so that's what I mean by that. Okay, why did I bring it? Why did I bring this? Let's see here. No shame. They seem oblivious to credibility, truthfulness, and logic. Eden has a daughter, so does Pierce. I don't know about Myers. Do they realize they are paying it forward and that their little girls could one day be harassed the same way they do to Meghan? One day come over visit. Yeah, that's the thing here. Okay, hatred blinds you to any honor or integrity. Okay, somewhere down the line, the money must be quite good. Devolving into single-purpose hate account and engaging with others is not a winning strategy, in my opinion. There's a lot of good journalism opposed on all these subjects. They're simply not up to it. Okay, they feel no shame. They lost their soul long ago to making money off hate. I mean, the UK, this is all they've been at it. They've been like that ever since their existence. When you look at the tabloid in the UK, how they managed to be what they are now, it morphs into what we're seeing now in our world. No one ever stopped them. Go watch my video. I forgot how I call it. I'll put when I'm editing, I'll put the thumbnails of it. It's because when blacks in the UK were making progress, okay, we're making progress, instead of what they did to prevent black Brits to move up the social class, they start with the tabloid, putting bad imagery, ugly imagery of them, saying negative thing about them, so the mind of white Brits, whoever then see any problem with blacks in the UK, to change their mind about them. Okay, and then at the same time, when opportunity occur to give a job, even if the person is more qualified than a white person, they'll close the door to the blacks, and then they give it to the white. So they've been at it for a very long time. It's very sad. Many of us black people are not using the same tactic. I'm not saying to be that discriminatory. If someone is qualified for the job, yes, you give them the job. But the tactic that they use, every chance that they get to poison the mind, they use that opportunity. So the same way, every chance that you get to clear the mind, use it. All right, they don't care a damn. Okay, to people like him, Meghan and Harry aren't human beings, so they feel zero guilt. Awful. Okay, Harry and Meghan pay their bills. Morality doesn't stand a chance. Eventually, they'll get that. They'll taste their own medicine. Next tweet. Okay, there's this. Prince Charles worried that Netflix has done lasting damage to his reputation. I'm gonna go into this. I didn't read it, but I'll go into it in a few. Okay, there's me responded. Poor Chucks. The Windsor should have 1. Leave Princess Di alone after the divorce. Let her be. 2. Don't try to dictate to Netflix how to do docu-series on public figure or drama. 3. Stop doing negative things you've been already accused of. 4. Learn to be humble and know when you're wrong and learn from your wrongdoing. Okay, that was my response to that, because they keep on repeating the same mistake over and over and over because they've never been punished. Okay? Okay, he damaged his reputation when he got a blow. That's comment. He damaged his reputation when he got a blowjob from his mistress the day before the wedding to Princess Diana and had that fact published in a memoir somewhere, not to mention the tampon longing via air phone call. Okay, you crack me up with your no-nonsense approach comment. Keep it up. It's true. That's straight to the point. Okay, perhaps Prince Charles isn't aware Netflix didn't exist when he was cheating on his first wife, his wound or self-inflicted. That's the thing. They never learn from their mistakes. Okay, they keep on doing it, and then people are taking notice. All right, it's the people telling the truth that are doing lasting damage, not his action. These are idiots who's making excuses for him. Okay, not his action. Do these people ever take responsibility? Okay, maybe I misunderstood this. It's the people telling the truth that are doing lasting damage, not his action. Do these people ever take responsibility? I don't understand this. This is confusing. Okay, if his life and action would have been beyond reproach, Netflix wouldn't have been able to damage anything. The only one responsible for Charles' damaging reputation is Charles. But seeing he's a Windsor, he naturally blames someone else. Yeah, that's the thing here. Shift the blame to somebody else, and yet they keep doing the same thing. Okay, if Netflix, things that I know based on Anonymous, if Netflix does a documentary based on what I've known Anonymous have put out, it'd be devastating. Just imagine the son is not even 40 as yet, and his reputation is already in the mud too. A family of no count, unedifying, inbred grifters and layabout dunces. Okay, my fellow deviant and was it generate. Yeah, let's blame the messenger, not the man who committed the deeds. That's the way I see. Let's see, maybe is that the same person? Sunshine Loop. Where is he? Okay, I thought that was the same person. Okay, no. Okay, yeah, let's blame the messenger, not the man who committed the deeds. That's the way they are. This is the thing here. They have their people to shift the blame someplace else, like they never did anything wrong. Okay, he is used to control the UK media. The fact that they can't control global media is just becoming a realization. Accountability is not something they have ever had to deal with. There it is. This is it. Okay, let's see here. Okay, Charles will be shitting his pants if Netflix ever did a documentary on Bishop Ball. Okay, what is this here? Okay, let's see here. I guess they're talking about Jimmy Savile. Okay, I'm gonna pick it up here. When Savile died 4 years later, having escaped justice, he passed. Okay, for his terrible crime, Charles and Camilla led the public tribute. How's about that then? Even more embarrassing for Charles were his links with the disgraced Bishop of Lewis, Peter Ball. Here was another character who, like Savile, had easy access to Prince Charles, and who, like Savile, formed a close relationship with Charles, and it was Savile who first opened royal doors for him. What is it? There was this priest, I don't know if it's the same priest, who when the Met Police was investigating him, he quickly called Charles for Charles to get him out of there, get him out of the mess, so they don't investigate him. And Charles did that. And what did Charles do? Charles opened his door, make him stay at his place. Okay, this is how far these guys have gone to protect pedophilia. Okay, it was in 1993 that the bishop admitted gross indecency. He had persuaded a 17-year-old Neil Todd to pray naked. What? This I don't know. To pray naked with him and have whipped him so he won't bear the marks of his faith. What? Oh my God. This is new to me. I didn't know about this. The penalty was a light one, which the Crown Prosecution Service now admit was wrong. I mean, the whole UK, everyone who were or are in position of authority, who could have put a stop to all of this, they all are baggage for God, because so many young people have been corrupt, destroyed. Their lives have been destroyed because they're trying to cover up for adults who already ruined them. Okay, the penalty was a light one, with the Crown Prosecution Service now admit was wrong. He was giving a police caution. No doubt the realms of supportive letters from the great and the good, including my predecessor as MP for Lewis, Tim Rathbone, play a part in this. The establishment had rallied around and showed no sign of deserting him. Even after he had admitted his guilt, Prince Charles was particularly supportive. That's the thing here. quote, I wish I could do more. He wrote to him in 1995. And this is the same thing that the Queen is doing. The same pattern. What is it? What's the son? Andrew. Andrew, what is it? Mess up Virginia. Okay? Mentally and physically. And then, obviously, that's the Queen's son. Yes, you're supposed to love your child. But what about the child that Andrew have messed up? Okay? Mentally and physically. And then she expect people to accept Andrew of his wrongdoing.
Richard Kay, do you think that the Queen has some sort of sense or feeling that she either believes or hopes that Andrew's been forgiven?
I think she would like to think that Andrew will be forgiven. But certainly I think what we do know from this is the Queen believes in Andrew, supports Andrew. The fact that Andrew was not convicted of any kind of criminal misdemeanor is important to her, I think. And I think she's sort of showing to the country at large, if you like, that if she, his mother, can forgive him, I am asking you in your hearts to show a modicum of forgiveness for him.
Okay, this is the same thing that's going on here. With the Queen, it is her son. It is much closer. With Charles, is somebody else outside of the family that he's still, okay, protecting for doing bad behavior kind of thing. Okay, it's the same pattern that keeps on repeating. Alright, quote, I feel so desperately strongly about the monstrous wrongs that have been done to you, and that he's talking about the guy who committed the crime. Okay, monstrous wrong that have been done to you. What about the person, the victim? What do you call this? If this person, okay, who was enjoying, okay, satisfaction, pleasuring himself on somebody else, how was that other child, the person that he did it to, how is that child supposed to feel? Okay, I feel so desperately strongly about the monstrous wrongs that have been done to you and the way you have been treated. End quote. Charles was not alone. The Queen herself offered her support to him after he had, you see, these people are freaking corrupt. Okay, received his caution, holding out her hand to him at a public event in Toronto, saying, quote, my love and encouragement, Bishop. My goodness. This is why I said that church that they pray to, it's not the same church that everybody else, or should I say, the same God. Whatever God they cherish over there in those churches in the UK, it's not the same thing as what I believe in. Peter Ball continued to be on close terms with the Queen Mother and with Princess Margaret, and was invited to preach at St. Graham. He also gave communion at Highgrove. He was a man who had admitted a charge of gross indecency, of whipping a 17-year-old, yet royal sympathies were with the perpetrator. That's the thing. The victim, and so far as he came into the picture at all, was trashed. Quote, the young man who accused me keeps on harassing me. My God. It's the same freaking pattern. That's the same thing Andrew did when Virginia is trying to get in touch with him, or at least try to put a closure to the nonsense that was doing. What did he do? He went on national television to say his BS, and at the same time he was trashing Virginia. Same pattern. The same pattern. Alright, Peter Ball wrote to the Prince, quote, the last was a few weeks back with a fax threatening to say more. On 23 March 1997, Charles wrote to the Bishop. My God. I think that's the same thing that I read from Anonymous, but it wasn't from a book. It was from document that they found. Okay, I can't bear it that the frightful, terrifying man is on the loose again. My goodness, I was visiting the vicar and we were enthusing about you and your brother, and he then told me that he had heard that his ghastly man was up to his dastardly tricks again. I'll see off this horrid man if he tries anything again. My God. My God, they all are baggage for God. This is the person who was abused, who probably trying to put a closure. Now he's saying, okay, I'll see off this horrid man if he tries anything again. Whatever happened to that person? Okay, The ghastly man would in due course committed suicide. Oh my God, they killed him. They killed him. Wow. These people are evil. That ghastly man will in due course commit suicide. All this tumbled out in July 2018 and evidence at the independent public inquiry into child abuse. The inquiry was to conclude. Okay, there's more. I think that was the same thing that I was reading about Anonymous. It was much detailed. So this person put it in a book. That horrid man. Wow. So Charles wrote this. I can bear it. That the frightful, terrifying man is on the loose again. On the loose again. And then the last sentence said, I'll see off this horrid man if he tries anything again. And then next thing you know, he commits suicide. Wow. Yeah, they put commit suicide. There's no way the person then commit suicide. They all are baggage for God. Let's see, there's 5 comments under this. Okay, I hope they do at Netflix. Oh, I respond to this. If Netflix does a docuseries on what Anonymous... Okay, so that's me here. What Anonymous have on the Windsors, okay, he'll be adios forever. Okay, is there anyone in that family who thinks that pedos should be punished? That is wrong. For a family that has the head of the Church of England as a member, they are awful friendly with defending pedos. Make me sick. OMG, there's this. Alright, let's go to... Oh, did I say I was gonna read this? There was something. That one. Okay, so I'll leave the link in the description. I'll read some of it. Okay, Prince Charles worried that Netflix has done lasting damage to his reputation. Okay, I was just thinking the other day that come September, October, we're going to be knee deep in royal wines and incandescent tantrum because of the Crown's season 5. The royal machine will do the same thing they did for season 4, meaning Prince Charles will blanket the friendliest and most sycophantic reporters to write Hose is Charles pieces about how the Crown is complete fiction, and then Prince William will run around whining about how Prince Harry has a Netflix contract, which obviously means that Harry personally approved of everything on Netflix. Look, we've got a preview. Then Wooten's new column is all about how Harry is conspiring with Netflix to bring down the monarchy. This actually isn't entirely about the Crown. It's about Netflix documentary, Jimmy Savile's A British Horror Story, which detailed the decades-long friendship between the Savile, a serial predator, and Prince Charles. So they're already creating, okay, that, how do you call it, that narrative. Okay, because Harry, the Sussexes have dealt with Netflix. So because Netflix is gonna release whatever it is, the Crown and that documentary about the Jimmy Savile. So therefore, as if Harry and Meghan have control of this. Do you know how many movies are on Netflix? Okay, that created by thousands of very brilliant people who are, you know, into movies and all of that. Okay, Harry has nothing to do with whatever this, but this is what they're making it seems like. Okay, let's see here. Okay, the bed timing, that's a quote I guess she took from that article. Okay, the bed timing, the timing could have been worse for Prince Charles, and those close to the future king know it. Amid a series of damaging international headlines for the royal family following Prince William and Kate's Caribbean tour and Prince Andrew's unwelcome return to the spotlight, the heir to the throne, once close friendship with the beastly pedophile Jimmy Savile, has been dragged up for the world to devour thanks to a major new series by Netflix. An exasperated ally of the Prince of Wales had a simple question during a downbeat call this week. Quote, why now? So I guess Netflix learned from the best. They learned from the UK tabloid, because usually the tabloid will take pictures of whatever stories that they know about the royal family, but they save it until certain timing when it fits them perfectly. So I don't know, I'm just throwing this out there because this game have been played by the UK, so it's almost like a taste of your own medicine kind of thing. I don't know, I'm just saying. This has been known for years. It's easy to think this has been timed for maximum damage. That's the thing. They never been reprimanded. They had control of everything in the UK, but you can't control other countries. Okay? The thing continues. Charles thinks the Crown has done real damage to his image too. Again, he's not taking responsibility for his action. While they publicly dismiss the suggestion, there is deep concern that the portrayal of their boss as egotistical, callous, and weak in the royal drama The Crown, a huge hit internationally, has done lasting damage to his reputation, especially among younger generation who then lived through the so-called War of the Waleses in real time. Royal staff are braced for the forthcoming next series to be the worst yet, as Princess Diana's death is plays out on screen. Netflix can be bullied by the royals or no. Quote, but the damaging Seville documentary promote the British newspapers solely around the disgraced BBC presenter's friendship with Charles comes hot on the heels of the grotesque Diana, the musical, amid a feeling that Netflix is increasingly looking to broadcast ever more provocative content about the British royal family. Revenge of the Sussexes. Okay, and then there's the elephant in the room, or to be more accurate, a $14 million mansion in Montecito, California. All these damaging Netflix shows have been scheduled since Prince Harry and Meghan joined the staff of the streaming service on a mega money deal, rumored to be worth $100 million. While the couple get exercise about various aspects of what they consider to be unfair media coverage on the regular basis, the Sussexes have remained suspiciously silent about how Netflix has treated their own relative. That has resulted increasing fury behind the scene as various royal palaces, as Harry's relationship with his family continue to break down. My goodness, Harry has nothing to do with this, with how Netflix put his streaming things on their platform. It's completely different from Spotify. Spotify was with the Joe Rogan thing, is that, you know, due to the current event and state of our society, things that was going on, and then it was corrupting the mind in some shape or form. However, when you look at Netflix, on the other hand, this is a documentary of things that already happened. Okay? It's completely different. So Harry cannot say anything about that. The same way Charles did not stand up for Harry when the media was trashing his wife and stuff like that. So Harry has nothing to do with this. Alright? So they want, when it's fit them, for Harry to risk his reputation to speak on their behalf. Okay, to put good words for them. But these are things the royal family, Charles, the Sevilles, all of them have already done. So how can, let's say if Harry decided to protect his father and speak on his behalf, not on his behalf, but saying, I don't know, something to protect the family in some shape or form. How is Harry gonna, how will I say that, not protect, convince, there's a word for it that I'm looking. I guess defend and show proof that his father didn't do these kind of things, but it's already been documented. So Harry cannot really defend this because things have done, and some of the people who Seville have already molested, and some of those people who were part of this kind of mistreatment are still alive. How could Harry defend the family on this? I don't understand. What did they expect Harry to do? All right, they cut his wing when he was leaving the UK. They cut his wing and they told him to fly. Now he is flying, and he create a reputation where people will respect him based on his merit, not based on his association with the royal family. Because right now, if he associate himself and put his reputation on the line on the same umbrella of the royal family, it's gonna be ruined. People will not respect that. All right, so they did Harry a major, huge favor. Harry better thank his lucky stars and said, thank you for removing and disassociate or distance yourself with me as I was leaving, because now I have created a reputation of prestige based on his, meaning Harry's standard, not the royal family standard. Alright, because the royal family at the time, before people knew so much details of their inappropriate behavior, people had that facade of prestige of them. But now that Harry left, okay, keep his head high, and then now he's flying, create a different reputation for himself. People have respect him. So he doesn't, he can't ruin it right now. He can't ruin it right now. He has 2 young kids who's gonna follow his footstep in some shape or form, or maybe go a different separate ways, the same way he decided to move on. They don't have to follow Harry's footsteps, but Harry cannot right now tarnish his reputation after what his family have already. That's the key here. They already done it. There's proof, document of things that they could prove some of the things the royal family have done. Okay, so he can ruin his reputation right now. Royal sources are seething. A royal source said, quote, "Of course, there is a feeling that the Seville documentary is unfortunate and very unfair on the Prince of Wales." How is that? She is unfair. My goodness, how many unfair things that Prince Charles have done to other people. Giving everyone an authority, including the Prime Minister of the time, was taken in by him. But the biggest amount of anger is reserved for the fact Netflix is a broadcaster that now employs his son, and the Sussexes don't appear to have said a word about this. It feels like yet another betrayal. That's his fault. That's his fault. If he had provided security and did what a father's supposed to do, alright, then Harry will not need to do all of this to make a living. Okay? All this, it goes back to Charles. Okay? If you were a good person from the beginning, none of this would have happened. Okay? He needs to make money. Okay? He has a family to raise. Okay, how dare the Sussexes? But the awkward question for Harry and Meghan have not gone away. How can they claim to be bastion of truth in the media when they are happy to take tens of millions from a company that seems to take deranged glee and regularly misrepresenting their family to secure viewers? That's not Harry's problem. Okay, I'm pretty sure Harry knows the truth. He was behind the scene. He knows the nonsense that went on in his family. And thousands of other people already know the nonsense that goes in that family. All right, given they were so public about their concern regarding misinformation and Spotify. Well, yeah, not just them who realized there were misinformation. Okay, my goodness. Wow. Have they had similar discussion with Netflix about misinformation regarding the British royal family? Okay, are they planning to make any shows for Netflix cashing in on the royal titles they refuse to give up? Well, they have control of that. Doesn't the British family, the royal family, have control of who gets what title? So they could do what they need to do. Take it away from them. This is their job. Okay, as then they said not to use those titles. This is why they didn't want them to make a living. They wanted them to crawl back into the UK to be, so they could be mistreated by them. They the only one. The royal family are the only one who should be treating people like shit. Okay? So now that they're making money, not even is because of their two-hand, their quality, the things, the thing that's in their mind, their brilliancy. This is what making them the money, not being a royal. So if you feel like they should give the title back, hey, you have power over that. The same way you take patronages away and all of that. This is the royal family job. Do it. Alright? So it's not Harry's job to give it back. Alright, perhaps Harry is quite happy to see his father's reputation trashed, given he did his best to start the backlashing against Charles during his downright delusional interview with his... Wow, these people are really delusional. They're saying Harry's delusional, but they are the delusional people. Okay, delusional interview with his pal Oprah Winfrey. Thank God they did that, because that was their truth. For years since he married Meghan, they've been at it.
know we can rely on you for being a great guy. What an incredible friend you were to Meghan Markle is. Have you guys hung out at all since then?
No, we haven't spoken. She just wrote me a very nice thank you letter, and I framed it, and that was very nice of her to do. She just appreciated that I was honest, but it's so funny that we live in a time where everyone's like, it's such a big deal. I just did the right thing. Right. You know, it's okay to feel like that should be the norm and the status quo, but it's like, whoa, it's so crazy. He told the truth. I think we should all be a little more honest.
Well, thank you for doing the right thing.
What it means is that a senior figure in the royal household, according to Mail on Sunday, was passing him information in order to help defeat the Duchess's case.
Have been, as we know, is that the Mail on Sunday had the ruling against them in February, and they were then appealing it. So it was lawyers from the Mail on Sunday who would have approached Jason Knauf, knowing that these emails and messages existed. That would have been the point, unless, I mean, the most likely outcome is that Jason obviously would have then gone to William and Kate, and clearly he has cooperated. He would not have cooperated with those lawyers without their definite knowledge.
I'm telling you, these people don't know peace. All right. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I've said this before, but if the monarchy can be brought down by 20 hours of Netflix prestige programming, maybe the monarchy has bigger problems. But if they already said, what is it? That the Netflix should, what is it? They put a warnings that it's a drama, it doesn't depict whatever. But if they already know that it's a drama, so what is it for them? Why can't they just mind their own business? They're making more people to go see it, to go see the whatever Netflix is showing. It's almost like a promotion for Netflix. All right, let me finish with this. I've said this before, but if the monarchy can be brought down by 20 hours of Netflix prestige programming, maybe the monarchy has bigger problems. The thing about The Crown is that people understand perfectly that it is dramatization. There it is. And that some events are compressed or fictionalized. The problem of Charles and the entire Windsor clan is that The Crown gets the broad stroke right. I think so too. That's their problem. Okay, and that Peter Morgan cares enough about historical accuracy to not leave himself open to lawsuit or any serious threats. Charles' basic complaint is, well, quote, well, it makes me look bad. Yeah, for all the PR paying people to write positive things about you, you realize it's a waste of money. Alright? Just mind your own business and do the right thing. Then they'll write nice thing about you. So this is all he's doing. Okay? Not, quote, this is really inaccurate, and quote, is the exact same thing with the Seville documentary. You think the filmmakers didn't ensure that they had all their ducks in a row. You think they just went off and made wild claims about Charles with no evidence. Exactly. If he has a problem, he should call them to court. All right, and then they'll show them their proof, and then open a worm of more nonsense. Okay, still, I have to think that Wooten is slyly bringing up Charles' beef with Netflix to remind everyone just how compromised Charles is and what a bad judge of character he is. Wooten is, I believe, firmly on Team Voldemort. Okay, Wooten managed to make this sound like Charles versus Harry, which suit Williams perfectly. That, yeah, what is it? Charles, since the beginning, what is it? I watched some of those Netflix things that Mountbatten. Okay, this is what happened when parents are not taking charge of their kids or disciplining them or be there for them. So what Mountbatten did when he realized the parents, Charles' parents, okay, the Queen and his father, then do what he's supposed to do, he snuck in and take that position and ruin him. And then at the same time, he was trying to shape Charles' mind, okay, to what he wants him to do. What is it? He offered his granddaughter, I believe, is it granddaughter, for Charles to marry. And then when Charles, you know, Charles is an airhead, and then did exactly that and offer to marry her. And thank God she was smart enough to say no. Okay, it's the same thing. People, the royal family, their brains are empty. People who could control them do that. Those who were smart enough left. You have Harry and what's the other king who gave up his the throne to allow the queen to be in that position. All right, so they all are airheads. All right, so I read that. Let's go to the next tweet. My goodness, these people are crazy. And Harry is one of the smart ones to rush out of there, take his wife out of there, and his kid. All right, Netflix. Oh, I'm saying Netflix. Next tweet. Okay, quote, does Netflix have it end for Charles and the British royal family? LOL. Is that the same thing I just read? Let's see here. This is that. Okay, maybe it's a different one. Okay, Charles' proximity to the late sex offender Jimmy Savile were laid bare in the new Netflix documentary this week. Okay, I need to look at that. What's the name of that series? I heard a lot of people talking about it. Okay, did Yes Men stop Prince Charles from rebuffing Jimmy Savile? Okay, there's me and my humble opinion. The Windsors have it for Netflix. Netflix says bring it. Trying to put another on Netflix. Netflix went all out. I'm sure Netflix will have more on the Windsors. 25 people like it and 4 retweet. Okay, Netflix cannot be controlled by the cult. Why does Daily Fails has it end for Meghan? Okay, and why does the royal family continue to give them access? Okay, who? I'm confused here. And why does the royal family continue to give them access, sending notes to her abuser and authorizing biographies by those obsessed with her? Okay, so the people is writing about the Sussexes. So Charles is giving them access. Yesterday, I wonder how long it will take for the constantly enraged royal rights to call for Meghan and Harry to dump Netflix. And here we are. Oh, okay. It was predictable as sunrise. What the hell is royal respectability? The documentary proves there is none. This idiot needs to be ashamed of himself. Okay, does Dan Wootton have it end for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle? I mean, everybody in the UK have been on Harry and Meghan's back like a freaking monkey where they had to leave the country. Everybody is in the royal family side. That's the thing I cannot understand. Where they should be calling the wrong. You know, you do something wrong, call it as it is, not to throw things under the rug. British media and royal family should start accepting the fact that the world is not on their backs and core. They have nothing to offer. Or let me guess, quote, Harry should cut ties with Netflix, and quote, or quote, Harry is betraying the family by not rejecting Netflix. Like I said at the beginning, if Charles wasn't being petty, removing his security and not providing him what a father's supposed to do, Harry and Meghan will not have to do what they need to do to provide for their family. So it's all Charles doing. Okay, and then what Harry and Meghan are doing are clean money. Okay, clean money. This is not dirty money under the table. They're doing it ethically. Okay, he's upset because Harry and Meghan have stayed silent in regard to what he deems Netflix and disparaging the royal family, and royal courtiers are upset, blah blah blah. He's deluded. And the thing is that if the thing would have, let's say when things is being done where the royal rats are talking negative about Harry and Meghan, if they had stood up for him, maybe Harry will return that. Okay, but at the same time, when we, you know, most of the squad knows they were behind the spreading misinformation to the royal rats to talk negative about them.
Much of the negativity towards the couple is coming from within the royal family. The royal family and staff of the royal family are the ones that are very often leaking these stories to the press.
So it's originated to them again. It's that pretzel of a twist is going right back to them. Whichever angle you look at it, it originated from the royal family. Okay, they never know how to do the right thing. Okay, should anyone need to be warned when a man shows up wearing a plaid disaster like that? First clue, I said. Okay, then what is after OBE? Tabloid can blame Jimmy Savile relationship with Charles on Meghan. Charles wrote the letters to Jimmy Savile. The media in the UK are worse than North Korea. I'm telling you, they got the brain, they control the brain of those people over there. Okay, the real question is, quote, why the royals know so many pedos? That's for sure. Apparently, he's a sex predator too. Oh my goodness. Okay, there is a tweet that tried to clean up off the internet where Don Wooten, then worthless, has been perving at young Prince Harry. Really? The job of the security service is to get those around the royal family and Prime Minister. They will have known in real time about Jimmy Savile to ask why it's being dragged up now. Same reason Philip Wills was sealed for 80 years. Wasn't it for 90? Okay, I'm surprised he's not blaming Meghan. Okay, he is. Click on the article. It's archived, so they don't benefit from your click. This is the squad. I'm telling you, the squad are good. So the squad be archiving their nonsense. Usually once they put their article out, meaning the British tabloid, and then they're so proud of their BS, and then when people start, like the squad, start picking out, shred it apart and say, why this, why that, and they can't really, they don't have any reason for it, they go back and delete them, and then you can never find that article anymore. So this is why the squad be archiving their nonsense. Let me see if it's the same thing as I read before. Okay, it's very small. What I'll do, I'll leave the link in the description for you. You guys could check it out. It's too small for me to read for you right now. Alright, I'm gonna have some issues reading it. Alright, let's do the next tweet. Okay. Duchess of York linked to further payment and court case. Alright, so there's more about this here. I'll go into that. That's from bbc.com. Okay, there's my response. They let her stay in their circle because they can use her to take some blame for them. Greed blind her. Said to see her also getting her kids involved. No words for her ex-hubby, but trash. Okay, correction. Quote, Duchess of York linked to further payment and court case linked to royal family. Okay, I was telling my daughter how Duchess 40 and Diana had a falling out. I always believe it. It was that 40 may have been reporting back to the Queen intel on Diana. Really? Remember, this is her opinion here. She's giving her opinion. Diana's phone was bugged by murder, but 40 passed along some of her secret. Diana never spoke to her again. Really? That I'm not aware of. Was she? Interesting. Okay, correct. If I'm wrong, Turk is a business advisor, yet sought Fergie, who was once on the verge of bankruptcy, lives with Andrew and took £15,000 of Epstein business advice for $20,000. This woman is as shady as her husband. Greed personified. Okay, she's a hot mess. When it comes to money, she's stupid hot mess. Okay, what exactly is she spending on? Andy and Sarah are Bonnie and Clyde 2.0. This family, grifton, grifter. Fergie is forever and a money scam. You see Fergie, the next thing that comes to mind is, who is she scamming now? Wow. Must kill her that Meghan is stinking rich with her royal family and their shady friends. Okay, oh look, it's grifter grifting. Alright, let's see what this has to say. Again, every article that I click here, I'll put the link in the description. Okay. What's the title? Duchess of York linked to further payment and court case. The latest step in a Turkish millionaire fraud claim have linked a further payment to the Duchess of York. Court documents show lawyers of Nabahat Isbailan have updated who they claim received her assets, an allegation against business advisor Salman Turk. This suggests the Duchess of York could have received a further £20,000 in addition to £225,000 and more than £1 million paid to her ex-husband Prince Andrew. Yeah, like I said in my comment, I didn't even read this article. What I think happened is that they keep her in the circle. Okay? They keep her in the circle so she could do those things. So they could shift the blame on her. And this is what I'm already saying here. But the difference between her and her kids, the way that I see it, is that she's aware of it. She knows what she's doing. Unlike her kids, where when she get her cut, put it on her kids' account. Okay, and her kids, you know, the York sisters, have no clue about it. Okay, let's see here. This suggests the Duchess of York could have received a further £20,000 in addition to £225,000 and more than £1 million paid to her ex-husband Prince Andrew. Mr. Turk has denied the allegation of misusing Mrs. Isabel's money. They all know. It's just shifting blame to different people. You know who's gonna get punished for it? The weakest link, who probably have nothing to do with it. Okay, brand ambassador. This complex case before the High Court in London revolves around claim that 77-year-old Mrs. Isbalen, I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong. Mrs. Isbalen has been the victim of systematic fraud. She has accused Mr. Turk of having, quote, dishonestly disappropriate about £38 million of her asset. Princess Beatrice wedding gift claim in court. Okay, I discussed this already. Prince Andrew pay back cash and financial dispute. Alright, this is two different articles. There's a link for both of them. Peter and Peters, the law firm representing Mrs. Isbalen, have updated details of where they claim some of her money has directed by Mr. Turks, clarifying a confusion over similarly named businesses. Court papers say it now, quote, appears likely that a payment previously identified as £20,000 was to a business, quote, connected with Sarah, Duchess of York, end quote. A source close to the Duchess said the £20,000 was for her adversary role with Alphabet Capital, the firm which had made the payment. What kind of advice can she give? Okay, the Alphabet Capital is claimed in court papers as being used by Mr. Turk to make payments, but a source close to the Duchess said she was unaware of any link to Mr. Turk. Okay, that's the daughters. I think I read something like that in one article. Court papers also show Alphabet Capital as the route for the Duchess receiving £225,000. It is understood the Duchess of York is not planning to repay. Okay, when they said Duchess of York, so is it the daughter? Because I was reading where one of the York sisters said they're not gonna pay it because this was a gift and things like that for the wedding. And then whatever money that they claimed they were getting, was it for a wedding, they transferred to whoever was doing the wedding planning thing. So who are they talking? Duchess of York. Is it Ferguson or the daughters? But anyway, I'm a little bit confused about this because I'm aware of what the daughters claiming. Okay, it is understood the Duchess of York is not planning to repay the £225,000 because this was to cover her work as a brand ambassador for a U.S. solar energy company. So that's Ferguson. Okay, the Duchess is understood to have wanted to be paid in a single payment by the U.S. firm rather than an installment. And Mr. Turk stepped in to forward the full amount. Damn. As spokesperson, they don't want people to change their mind in the middle of it. Give me everything all at once. My goodness. Jeez. A spokesman for the Duchess of York said, quote, the Duchess was completely unaware of the allegation that have since emerged against Mr. Turk. She is naturally concerned by what they've been alleged against him. Okay. £750,000 payback. Court document also show claim a payment to her daughter. Okay, so now this is where they're talking about the daughters. Okay, court document also show claims of payment to her daughter, Princess Eugenie, with about £15,000 referenced as a birthday gift, and another payment, £10,000. Prince Andrew is claimed to have received £350,000 through Alphabet Capital, and he has repaid a separate payment, £750,000, given to him directly by Mrs. Isbalen on 15 November 2019. I was gonna stop, but Mrs. Isbalen says she was misled into believing the £750,000 was for help with a passport. Damn, they give them some nonsense. My goodness. She also claimed Mr. Turk had explained the payment to her bank as a wedding gift. They tell everybody different things for Princess Beatrice, but Mr. Turk says the money for Prince Andrew was paid by Mrs. Isbalen, quote, on her own initiative, end quote, and not under his direction. Oh my goodness. fingers are pointing. Mrs. Isbalin's lawyer, Jonathan Tickner, said Prince Andrew was contacted in March 2021 requesting an account of his dealing with Mr. Turk. Quote, Prince Andrew declined to provide any such account, but we paid Mrs. Isbalin the sum of £750,000, end quote, said Mr. Tickner. Okay, so he knows he was going to get involved. So instead of showing the nonsense that he was dealing with, he just paid back so they could leave him alone. So where is he getting all those money though? Prince Andrew's representative have declined to comment on the ongoing court case. Yeah, they like to throw things under the rug, but things still, it's like putting a bandage onto a wound instead of really treating it. Wow, the week before the £750,000 was paid, Mr. Turk's bank business, Heyman Al, had received an award oh my god, at the pitch at the palace business event headed by Prince Andrew, with Mr. Turk and the prince appearing on stage at the award. Oh my god, this is the thing, they never stop. It's one issue after another. The court papers report Mrs. Isbalin claimed that Mr. Turk also attended a charity event that week hosted by Prince Andrew at St. James Palace, at which Mr. Turk sought to promote his UK banking business. But this prize-winning business also seemed to have been funded by Mrs. Isbalin, who said her assets were being used without my knowledge or consent. I don't know about this. She claimed millions were taken from her account and transferred via other companies, including an offshore firm linked to Mr. Turk. My goodness, to pay for Heyman Al. Is it Al or AI? Okay, but Mr. Turk said Mrs. Isbalin voluntarily offered to support his Heyman AI business, offering him a loan of £4 million at 0% interest. Oh my god. I'm laughing at this, the pointing of fingers. Okay, 0 interest, although he says he convinced her to accept some interest. Making sure that he's a good guy. The business went into liquidation, and court papers note that, quote, all of the money appears to have been spent. They wiped it out. Moving asset. Mrs. Isbalin is from a wealthy Turkish business family, but when her politician husband was jailed, she wanted help moving her asset out of Turkey. Okay, the claim before the High Court is that Mr. Turk misused his role as business advisor, and her lawyers saying she had a limited grasp of English and had entrusted, quote, almost total control of her finances to Mr. Turk. Oh my goodness, but I'm laughing because the nonsense. But Mr. Turk rejected any claim of deceit, saying that, quote, at every step in court he acted in accordance with Mrs. Isbalin's instruction. He says she gave her approval to all of the financial transaction and investment he carried out, which had been signed by her, quote, confirming her instruction and authorization. If they could prove that, I don't know. Rich people pointing fingers at other rich people. Let's see here. I think the next tweet is related to that same article. Okay, Lord, just another day in Windsor. Duchess of York linked to further payment and court case. Okay, hats are off with the British press, or the Windsors give the dogs a green light to take her. The Sussexes are not there as the scapegoat. Who knows? More to come. It's Friday. Let's go to the next tweet. And this is my last one. I'm not gonna do a prayer on this one, but I'm gonna go do another video. Okay, the Daily Mail is asking Harry's spokesperson and the Netherlands about Harry's security arrangement, and none of them have responded. What does the Daily Mail plan on chasing him to death, or what? Are they planning an attack on him that they asked about his security plan? And there's me responding. Okay, of all things, they want to know about his security. These people are nuts. I'm telling you, they really have it for Harry. What is it their business to ask about such thing? I can't understand these people. Now they laser focus on Harry's well-being. Okay, they laser focus on that because Harry is doing so well. They don't want him to be doing well. These people are evil. The Sussexes said zero engagement with the British tabloid. Glad NL, the Netherlands, are keeping their side of the bargain. If not, they'll answer to the U.S. government. Meghan and her family are also high-profile U.S. citizens. Tough luck on the Daily Fail. They are blocked at all levels. That's the zip. All right, Harry and Meghan said they won't be talking to Daily Fail. Don't buy the Sun, don't buy the Mirror, don't buy the Express, except then necessary through their lawyers. I don't know why they keep trying. They laser focus. They need to go concern themselves with the Phils and Willie instead. Okay, they want to know security arrangements so they can be there to terrorize him. Yeah, I think that's what I did. Do more than when he went to the funeral and prove he was safer in England. Or why exactly is it public interest? What arrangements have been made? There's no benefit whatsoever to the public. Okay, normal people and normal countries see what the UK is doing and they just shake their heads. It's so baffling. Okay, while the length they'll go to hound this boy. Alright, they really ask about Harry's security arrangement. What is wrong with these people? That's what I'm saying. Of all things, this is what they went about. Kensington Palace gatekeepers, and whatever they do has been sanctioned by those evil British royal heirs. Okay, kind of like, I mean, this is what happened. When they laser focus, they don't see reality. They fixated on what their objective. They don't see the ripple effect of nothing. Okay, the same way they went after Meghan from the start, they didn't see the ripple effect where Meghan and Harry had to remove themselves from that toxicity. This is the same thing. They're focusing on Harry's security. Right? They don't see the ripple effect. Okay, why will they give away that information and jeopardize their security? Okay, the Daily Fail and royal family want him dead like his mother Diana. I think so too. Yep, this is spot on. I believe so too. Especially, they will prefer it happening in the UK so they could have control of it, and then to to prevent is that feeling of hurting. Okay, this is their goal, that feeling of hurting.
And I have to ask you, all the work you do together is great, but working together as family, do you ever have disagreements about things?
Oh yes, oh yes.
Okay, the last thing you disagreed on, how do you resolve it?
I can't remember, they come so thick and fast.
But is it resolved? We don't know. We don't know. We don't know.
We don't know. Well, you're putting on a great show if it's not.
Physically, mentally, and emotionally, all of that hurting Meghan. This is what if they could take Harry out of there to hurt Meghan and then remove her and say, oh, you can't use Duchess, all this imaginary title, this nonsense that does nothing to anybody. They want to physically, mentally, and emotionally hurt Meghan. By doing that, because they used to control Harry, is doing that to her. Okay, glad the Netherlands are being sensible. Okay, do they understand what the word security means? Do they get security arrangement for the other royals? Alright, Daily Fail shows its stupidity and ignorance on a daily basis. It is a pity that some Brits even believe the writing of this junk. Okay, so true evil. Alright, he will be well protected. He is surrounded by veterans and army guys. Who gave them that right? The audacity of these vultures are infuriating. Why can't they focus on the taxpayers funding good for nothing family instead? Shaking my damn head. Okay, because they used to the UK palaces sharing all those information about him. Now they expect the same about the Netherlands to do the same and fail. They probably want to show up Harry and the press for accepting security restriction in the Netherlands while making a big deal out of what deny him in the UK. They print the BS knowing Harry does not face the same crazy F in the Netherlands that he would in Britain. They want to put it out there for any crazy to attack. I think that's the thing here. Attack, they are vile, honestly sickening. They all are baggage for God. Alright, there's more comment. I'm gonna move on. Okay, that's it. I'm already an hour and 30 minutes. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. So I'm gonna do video number 2.